back, everyone, to Smart English Talk, the podcast where we make English learning simple, fun, and totally doable. I'm Emma, and as always, I'm joined by my fantastic co-host, Jack. Hello, Jack.
Hello, Emma. It's great to be here. And to all our listeners out there, if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. We release new episodes every week to boost your English fluency. Now, Emma, what exciting grammar adventure are we embarking on today?
Today, we are tackling a foundational piece of English storytelling, the past simple tense. This is the structure you need if you want to tell someone about your weekend, your holiday, or even just what you had for breakfast. It's how we talk about completed actions in the past.
When do we use the past simple, the why? That's right. The keyword is completed. We use the past simple for actions that started and finished at a specific point in the past. It's like a check mark on a to-do list that's already done.
Exactly. A perfect example is travel. Where did you travel last year?
Last year, I visited Japan. I spent 2 weeks in Tokyo and Kyoto. It was amazing. I can't use the present tense, I visit Japan, because that action is over. I visited.
See, that's the past simple in action. We use it when the time is finished, whether it was specific, like yesterday, or general, like when I was a child. Common past simple time markers. Yesterday, last night, week, month, year, 3 days ago, in 2010, when I was young.
If you see those time expressions, you know you need the past simple. Let's dive into the core structure.
Let's start with the easiest one, regular verbs. This is where we take the base form of the verb and simply add ed to the end. The structure is subject plus verb, ed, plus rest of sentence. I work becomes I worked hard yesterday. She talk becomes she talked on the phone last night. They listen becomes they listened to the podcast this morning.
A few quick pronunciation tips for the regular verbs. Learners, listen closely. If the verb ends in a sound like T or D, the ED is pronounced id, as in start becomes started, decide becomes decided. If the verb ends in a voiceless sound like K, S, or F, the ED is pronounced T, as in look becomes looked. In most other cases, it's pronounced D, as in play becomes played, love becomes loved.
Great tips. But Jack, English always has a curveball, doesn't it?
Oh, always. And that brings us to the most difficult but necessary part, irregular verbs.
The irregular challenge. Verbs that change. Unfortunately, many of the most common verbs in English are irregular. They do not follow the ed rule. Instead, they change their form completely. There's no trick here. You just have to memorize them.
Let's go through 4 super common examples right now. Listen and repeat in your head. Base form, present, past simple form, example sentence. Go, went. I went to the cinema on Friday. See, saw. We saw a beautiful sunset. Have, had. She had a great time at the party. Eat, ate. They ate pizza for dinner.
Quick quiz moment. Okay, Jack, I need to test you. Ready?
Go for it. My brain is ready for action.
What is the past simple form of buy, meaning to purchase something?
That is bought. I bought a new book yesterday.
Correct. How about sleep?
Slept. I slept for 10 hours last night.
Excellent. So, learners, you need to create a list of the 50 most common irregular verbs and start practicing them immediately.
The helpers, negatives and questions. Now let's talk about how we create negative sentences and questions. This is where our best friend, the auxiliary verb did, comes in.
The beautiful thing about did is that when we use it, the main verb reverts back to its base form. We only use the past simple form, went, ate, worked, in positive standalone sentences. 1. Negative structure. Subject plus did not, didn't, plus base verb plus rest of sentence. Affirmative, I ate breakfast. Negative, I didn't eat breakfast. Note, ate changes back to eat.
Another example, affirmative, she saw the new movie. Negative, she didn't see the new movie. Yes/no questions, did plus subject plus base verb plus rest of sentence, question mark.
The question structure is simple and uses that base verb again. Did you finish your homework? Did they enjoy the concert? Did he call you back?
And the short answers are even easier. Yes, I did, or no, I didn't. WH questions, asking for details. What if you want more information than just a yes or no? You need a WH question. These are simply the yes/no questions with the WH word placed right at the beginning. WH plus did plus subject plus base verb plus rest of sentence, question mark.
Imagine you're talking about your friend's weekend trip. Here are some questions you might ask. Where did you go? What did you do there? When did you get back home? Why did you choose that destination? Notice how the main verb, go, do, get, choose, stays in its base form because did is doing the work to show the past tense.
A quick trick for listeners, if you have a question about the subject of the sentence, you often don't need did. Who called you? The person is the subject. Not who did call you. But in most cases, stick to WH plus did plus subject plus base verb.
Final practice and real-life dialogue. Let's put it all together. Here is a mini dialogue about a student's study session. Liam, you ask the questions and I'll answer, trying to mix regular and irregular verbs.
Sounds like fun. Okay, Emma, what did you study yesterday?
Affirmative, irregular. I read a fascinating article about history. I spent about 2 hours on it.
Oh, nice. And did you finish the entire textbook chapter?
Negative, regular. No, I didn't finish the entire chapter. It was too long.
I understand. And where did you take your notes?
Affirmative, irregular. I wrote them all in my new blue notebook.
See how natural that sounds? We used did for the question, didn't for the negative, and the past forms of read, spent, and wrote for the positive answers. You are ready to tell your story.
That brings us to the end of our deep dive into the past simple. To summarize, use it for completed actions in the past. Affirmative sentences use the past simple form, worked or went. Negatives and questions use the auxiliary verb did or didn't plus the base form of the verb.
Before we go, we have our weekly challenge for you. This helps you put the grammar into practice right now. Comment challenge. Write 3 sentences in the comments below about what you did last weekend. Tell us what you did, what you saw, and what you ate. We'll be checking those sentences and giving you feedback.
We love seeing your progress. Thank you so much for learning with us today on Smart English Talk. If this episode helped you, please share it with a friend who is also learning English.
And don't forget to subscribe for more simple, fun English lessons. Bye for now.
See you next time.